I just don't, I just don't know what. It's just, her ashes came home today. And I just wonder. I just wish I had known I was able to get a job right away, because I would have actually got her an actual funeral, not body donation. I know it does good, but then you wonder how much good it does with our medical people, because I sometimes wonder if they're just doing like whatever for busy work, because nothing ever gets cured. All stays our end. I don't know why the stars are so beautiful lately. That's the only thing that seems to be really pretty, and of course I don't think you can see it. That camera won't pick it. But yeah, I just wonder sometimes how we got here. How my mom could have just little symptoms over 3 years ago and then be dead now. And also, I feel like I dumped her body to be cremated or burnt like common garbage. And that just hurts me. I couldn't afford anything at that time, and still, I may have a chance at some work now, but it's just too late. It's just too late. Everything it's done. And I just wish somebody could have allowed me to have a little clarity of thought instead of pushing, well, her body's going to be put in another place if the hospital don't get her out soon. I mean, come on. Here I had went through 6 days of pure fear, torture, and hell, and my mom was being, I don't know what was wrong with my mom. Now the way one of the people that was with her on the day hospice told me to stay away said it was more delirium. So was it something simple, and since she was in hospice, they couldn't do anything for her? I keep on thinking bad things. Like, did I send my mom to the hospital just for them to allow her to die when it was something so simple that a doctor could have fixed? I keep on overthinking everything. How I thought the ice cream I gave her maybe gave her a massive stroke. This is just, it's hard. It's just hard to go through because you question everything you did the week before, the month before. I just sometimes think, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? I go back and think about little things she used to do when I was a kid. Like, she would save me something in her lunchbox. I would be with her all day, and she would save it for me. It always tasted better out of her lunchbox. Just little things like that just makes my heart break. Because I'm so homesick for another time. When she was healthy and we could talk about what we used to talk about, everything. From just TV shows to books. We used to play solitaire. We used to talk about spiritual things. Her thing was reincarnation, and mine is too. Things like that I miss. I miss talking to my mom. Dementia basically almost took that away. I watched an old video I made of us in 2018 and how much I miss talking to my mom and really talking to her, not having her go into another world where the dementia monster had her. It just hurts. Everything hurts. It's like I'm in a dream and I'm thinking I'm gonna wake up at some time and everything will be alright. But it's not a nightmare. It's real. I can't seem to get out of it. This daze of feeling lost. It's worse at night. That's why I take walks and talk in my phone. Because I have nobody to talk to. It's way late at night except suicide hotlines. I'm not really suicidal, but I have felt like it a few times. I just want human contact. Any human contact when I'm like this. When I'm alone, it's just worse. Nighttime is the worst. Daytime, when you're alone, it's still bad, but you hear activity outside. Nighttime, there's nothing going on. It's just quiet. Always so quiet. I think every time I hear a car drive through, at least there's a human being somewhere. I'm not the only one on Earth. Sometimes it feels that way. I have felt almost alone too in a crowd because I just feel like nobody understands this isolation of losing your mom. It's just, you want people, but you also want to push them away. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. All alone. I'm someone that loves to have somebody to talk to about things. And I also love to hear somebody's in another room. Even when they're asleep, it just makes you feel like you're not alone. But I'm alone. I have 2 TVs sometimes on. Just make that apartment fake. Make me feel like I'm not alone. I don't know why. I just can't get past this feeling of being alone all the time is freaking me out. It's just freaking me out. It's like, how did we get here? Before May 2019, my mom was an active human being. Last May, part of May 2019, she was not. She had started taking weird mental, I don't know what was going on. It was scary. She was forgetting things and she was having hallucinations. I don't know why. I still think sometimes it's easy diagnosis with dementia when there's something else going on that may be the root cause of the dementia. It's easy to say anybody that's over 50 is supposed to have dementia. Let's just face it. That's what they actually believe. We're all cognitively impaired. But, yeah. It's just really hard. I just wonder sometimes, how did we get here? I used to have people. Now I don't have people. just not here. I just feel like I've disappeared some. It's like when she died, part of me went with her. I just feel like part of my heart is gone. I don't know how to get it back. Part of my soul is gone. And sometimes I ask myself, who in the hell am I anymore? I was their caregiver for so long. Am I a real person now, or am I just half here? I just get sick of being in that house. I feel her around sometimes, but I also feel very, very alone in that house. She always said she hated that place. Oh God, at least she didn't have to die in that place. She passed on in the hospital, but I don't think I could have stayed in that apartment if she had passed on in there. I just don't think so. I think I would have just went nuts. And I'm close to it now. I just sometimes wonder why this is how she's supposed to, how it's supposed to end. It just doesn't seem fair. Grandma lived to be almost 89, and she was all right cognitively until just a few weeks before her passing in 86, 88, 2 days before Christmas. And hers was caused by congestive heart failure that just kind of was drowning her brain. Finally, it just wasn't being controlled anymore. And it wasn't anything the doctors did bad, because she actually had doctors, because she was a veteran's wife. Grandpa was World War I veteran, so she actually got some actual help from them. But my mom got crap. She got a crappy clinic. A nurse practitioners handling her thing, unless you want to drive clear down to Reading. And she started with those dementia symptoms. Who the hell is going to want to drive somebody clear down to Reading? Possibly on I-5 have a delirium spell. So, yeah, no choice. Never any choice. There's never any choice here. I don't know why. This valley has just... I wished I hadn't been born here. That's all I could say. I just wished I hadn't been born here. It's just a dead end. You never get out of, unless you have more, like you can inherit something. Most people around here, there is either the do's or don'ts, the haves and the have-nots. You have to be lucky just to have something. My mom and I have never been that lucky. So, yeah. Another walk at night, because I can't stay in that place. And now I have my mom's ashes. It's just creepy that the human body can be burnt down to that, and it's just causing me to have issues also. I think I'd still had issues if she'd been buried too, because the thought of her rotting in the ground would have freaked me out also. I'm just not cut out to think about my mom dead. Just not something I want to think about. I would love to go home and find her watching TV and ready to talk to me, but she's not there. And she will never be there again. And that is what makes me take walks. I never know when the feeling's going to hit me, but tonight I just had to get out, at least before I go to bed, because my nerves are shot. I just want to cry and cry, and then I get the weirds where I feel that she needs me, and I keep on trying to go to the bedroom, and there's nobody in there that needs me. Just her ashes now. Talk to you later.